for tuning in to GTO Good Old Boys. Buckle up and enjoy the show with your host, Paul Ponder.
Hey guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in to GTO Good Old Boys today. We have a guest today by the name of Jerry Davis. He is a founder and CEO of Alabama Waterfowl Association. So what we're going to do is we're going to find out his story. Then we've got Mr. Jordan, and he's going to be talking about what the shop that he has, because it's going to be hand in hand. So I want y'all to hang in, especially if you're a duck hunter or a deer hunter or a dove hunter. Whatever
right.
hunting you want to do,
a land
or whatever,
manager in general.
a land
That's right.
manager. That's
Yes,
it.
sir.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Jordan.
And enjoy wildlife.
That's right. That's exactly right. So I want to turn it over to Mr. Jerry Davis and let him take it away.
Well, Paul, thanks so much for the opportunity here to be and introduce myself to a lot of people. They don't know the story of Alabama Waterfowl and how we got started, but we basically a state organization that we try to protect the wetlands and enhance the waterfowl. And of course, wetlands helps the bass fishermen. It cleans
Right.
the water. So we go hand in hand. Most hunters are fishermen too. So
You're exactly right. That's
and,
it.
We love the outdoors, and just so happy that we have the opportunity to help conserve some critical habitats and work with the landowners and people that enjoy waterfowl fishing, deer hunting, turkey hunting, any kind of hunting,
Right.
or fishing.
Okay.
And I like saltwater fishing too. So.
There you go. We ain't got a whole lot of salt water up here.
No, but we can get there.
That's right. It goes hand in hand, don't it?
Alabama's so lucky to have the saltwater part and
Exactly.
be the number one state in diversity of a temperate freshwater habitat.
Yes.
But anyway, we started Alabama Waterfowl. We back in the day, Wheeler had thousands of geese, and they lost all the geese. And Jackson County also had goose. In fact, Goose Pond was named Goose Pond because of all the migratory Canada geese that came there. And
Okay.
and we don't say Canadian geese, we say Canada geese. But
Okay.
anyway, we got a permit from the Alabama Department of Conservation and Natural Resource, and we bought 16 turkey from Iowa. Alabama wouldn't sell us no turkey, and we done a wildlife trade for 220 giant Canada geese. And then from 1988 to 1990, we brought in 2,600 giant Canada geese. They don't migrate. Some people don't like them. Some people do.
Oh, that's the ones that stay here.
That's the ones that stay here.
Okay.
But we were losing our southern James Bay migratory flock, and people love Canada geese.
Right.
I've been in the cotton field and watch them come over in the fall and say, hey, winter's coming.
There you
but
go.
anyway, we started with the goose program, and we done 2,600 and very successful.
Right.
So we also started the mallard release, banded and release, and we banded and raised. We've raised, banded, and released over 200,000 mallards, and we had band reports from 22 different states and 3 provinces of Kansas that was released right here in Alabama.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. Where were they
were
released?
released. Most of them right here in the Tennessee River Valley.
Really?
Around Lake Gunnersville.
Good.
But anyway, this has been tremendous duck hunting opportunity and bird watching opportunity, and people's enjoyed. The ducks don't cause as much problem as the geese.
Right, geese are getting tame.
but people are the problem a lot of times, feeding them and getting them
Right.
tamed. But we also in 1991 started the Conservation Seed Program, which I think it has created more habitat than anything that any other conservation group has done in North America.
What'd you have to do to get that started?
Well, we wrote a white paper, a grant to get the seed companies. They had leftover seeds, Paul, and what do you do with leftover seeds?
Throw it away.
They got captain on them. You have to put them in a hazardous waste field. So we wrote a paper saying we can distribute these seeds to landowners. They can plant it and just leave it for wildlife. Can't harvest it. And that creates habitat and helps on inputs. The cost of inputs to plant an acre of corn or wheat
That
or
helps
anything
a
else.
lot
So,
of wildlife.
yes, sir. And
Yes,
it
sir.
helps the landowner and the wildlife manager.
Right.
And the wildlife.
And right.
And us hunters.
Yeah, I was going to say hunter's number one here.
Exactly, because that's who produces all the taxes and
There
duck
you
stamp
go.
money and everything else that creates habitat.
Right.
But we done that. And Jordan, would you like to touch on the seed program a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we did.
First of all, this is Jordan Smith. He owns Lake and Land, which is between Waterfront and Goose Pond on the right if you're going north. And it's right before the North Saudi Bridge.
That's right. Yes, sir. And we host the conservation seed program. We run that through our store.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So obviously, if
all
we have the
yours.
seed program, we've got to distribute to the people somewhere, and that's through our store. And we've done it for a couple of years now. But backing up a few years, if we look at some of these numbers and some of the effort that AWA has put in, obviously it's the Alabama Waterfowl Association, but this program goes way beyond waterfowl. This is deer, this is turkeys, this is songbirds, this is anything you
Doves.
enjoy in the outdoors. This is not just strictly for hunters.
So it fits everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
It don't matter
100%.
what you like.
That's right. If you want to watch birds on your back porch,
Right.
we run a sunflower program where you can plant sunflowers for a discounted cost, and you got a whole field of sunflowers. You can watch the yellow
Wow.
finches come in, or if you want to watch the doves come in. It's a tremendous opportunity. And again, it's a story that hasn't been told overly well. As AWA started in 1991 with the Conservation Seed Program, and Jerry and his guys every year have sold at least one truckload of corn. That's 840 bags
Good gosh.
every year. So you think about those numbers: a bag of corn, Roundup ready corn, to the farmer and to the general public,
Right.
it's a $300 bag of corn. Well, through
Wow.
the AWA program, that's a $30 bag of corn. I mean,
Guys, did y'all hear
huge
that?
discount.
You can buy a
Huge discount.
$300 bag of corn for $30
That's
Yeah.
correct.
through
Yes, sir.
this program that's offered at Lake and Land.
That's right.
That's
Yes, sir.
it.
And through AWA.
Right.
But if you back those numbers up to 1991 when this started, some years were bigger than others. Some years they ran 2 trucks, 3 truckloads of corn. I got just
gracious, Jerry.
Yes, sir.
some ballpark numbers, So for 34 years, they sold at least 1 truckload of corn. So that is at least 2,500 acres of corn per year planted for wildlife. And you
Per
do
year.
that by 34 years, and you're talking 90,000 acres of wildlife habitat planted and left for the wildlife on
That's
the minimum.
given back
Yes.
to nature.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right. Through AWA. AWA started that program,
Right.
and they are directly responsible. And that's just the corn program. They run a soybean program. They run a milo program. They run a sunflower. They run a
Wheat's our
wheat
big seller.
program.
Wheat's big.
Dove hunters.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Top
But,
sow wheat is a southern
Okay.
agriculture practice that's legal. Do it 10 days before the season opens. You can top sow wheat.
Really?
Yes, sir. And that same wheat, though, it will grow throughout your deer season. So we've got wheat on our farm right now, knee high, that we planted through the AWA program for, was it $10 a bag this year, Jerry?
Yes, sir. $10.
You're-
You're
$10 a bag
kidding.
For a 50-pound bag of wheat.
Wow. How far does a 50-pound bag of wheat
It'll
go?
get you about an acre, 3/4
Okay.
of an acre.
and a
Yeah,
half,
somewhere through there.
Okay. And you know all of that.
Yeah, well, they
So
can
if
call
you-
the office and we can walk them through
Okay.
how many acres they need to plant and whatnot.
And we're going to give his phone number out here a little later because I'm sure y'all will need to call and talk to him. He's a good guy just to talk to. I mean, he's very personable.
We've been very fortunate there at the store. It's done well for us. But we want to promote and advertise. What an asset AWA has been, not just to Jackson County where we're located, but to
Right.
all of Alabama, and not just Alabama. A lot of our customers come down from Tennessee, Georgia, Mississippi,
Exactly.
to purchase these seeds. They drive for hours to purchase these seeds. If you got a 40-acre farm you're trying
Right.
to plant for ducks or deer, you think about $300 bag of corn and
Versus
40
30.
acres. Oh man, it's going to cost you a fortune to do
You're
that.
going to drive to Alabama, ain't you?
That's right. You're going to come up and see us.
And it's a tax donation. And
Oh,
you
it
can
is.
deduct it on your income tax.
AWA is a nonprofit
Oh,
organization.
Yes,
okay.
501c3.
501c3. I'm
Yes, sir.
familiar with that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's a great program, a great story. And obviously we don't have a ton of time here, but Jerry's got stories for days about
I can imagine.
what
Yeah,
the
we'll-
AWA has done. And we've got just a few minutes to touch on it, but the seed program has been the biggest. You could look up the numbers. I mean, it's one of the largest conservation efforts in the country. We're not talking about Jackson County or Alabama.
You're talking about the USA.
North
We're
America.
talking hundreds of thousands of acres that has been planted for wildlife at a discount to the customer, strictly
For the hunter.
strictly for the hunter, or for the wildlife
Right,
enthusiast, or
for the wildlife
conservation.
Yeah,
first,
exactly.
and then the hunter benefits
We-
from
you
it.
know,
Yes, sir.
bird watchers.
Yes.
And people like to. I'm getting where I'd rather take a picture than shoot one sometimes. Unless my
Exactly.
grandson's with me, I want him to get one.
There you go.
Right. So I mean, it's a great program, done lots and lots of good for the area, and we're going to continue to grow that program. And that's part of our message today. Is AWA is going to ramp up some efforts on the seed program. We're going to stock additional seeds, and that'll start happening maybe February or March. We'll start getting in some additional seeds.
Okay.
I think our first
in fact,
truckload of
July,
wheat.
and we're going to get wheat in July.
Our first
probably.
truckload of wheat will be here in July
Or
so-
August for sure.
Yeah,
Really?
for sure,
Yeah,
August.
For sure,
And,
August.
yeah.
Okay.
And that also, I mean, that seed, you can use it for doves, but it also does great in food plots.
Yes, sir. For deer, anything.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So,
But we're so happy to have Jordan as a partner. He is a wildlife biologist and
He sure
somebody
is.
somebody that we can not only depend on, but he can advise us.
Right.
And so we're happy to have him as executive director now.
Exactly.
And he's a great asset to our organization.
He sure is. He
it's
sure
a great
is.
program, and like I say, it's kind of fell off here the last few years with all the social media and internet and stuff taking
Well,
over the
COVID
market.
hurt us. Our
COVID was
mom
tough.
and pop seed distributor, he
They
had
went
to
out,
go out of
didn't
business. Yes, sir.
I
But Jordan,
understand.
he's there for the long haul.
You got
Yeah.
that right. He's a trooper. I'll guarantee you that.
But we've got a lot of other conservation stories to tell, but we may not have time today. But one thing I would like to mention is a lot of people don't know that Alabama Waterfowl is the one who wrote the legislation for the Trail of Tears for our indigenous people here, and got the motorcycle ride that brought attention to their plight on the Trail of Tears. And I think that's a great story to
Yes,
tell
it
sometimes.
is. By itself, it is.
Yes, sir. We could touch on that, and we've wrote grants and done monuments in Tuscumbia at Spring Park, Sacred Tears, that AWA funded and wrote the grant for.
Wow.
And we wrote the grant.
Congratulations.
We wrote the grant that ties the 70 acres that ties Mud Creek Management Area to Skyline Martin, and made it contiguous from the south of the Tennessee River all the way to the Carter Management.
in
Carter,
Tennessee.
over 135,000 acres is what I'm talking about.
Molly.
And we built we won a $250,000 TVA grant and developed that project, and then in 5 years we developed it and gave it to the state of Alabama, the ADCNR.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow. So y'all have went way and beyond conservation needs.
Well, a lot of people don't know these stories. But we
Right.
didn't have social media. We just started the web when
You had social mouth, didn't you? That was
there you
it.
go. And we've got a lot of news articles and things, but we need to get more back. We need to get more high tech,
Right.
really, and get into the program. And I appreciate y'all giving us this.
Well, let me tell you, that's
opportunity.
what we're here for.
Yes,
Because
sir.
we want to see people happy. I mean, the fishing industry is great. They come in
Yes,
happy.
sir.
If they don't do good, they normally don't come in the evening. But if they do good, they come in the evening feeling good. So it's a good feeling the whole time. It's just
Yeah,
like
well-
hunting. If you kill one, buddy, here we are.
Exactly.
And
Well,
so
that's a great-
we're all in this together. And if
are.
you love to watch birds, I mean, I'm
Oh,
up
for
at Goose
sure.
Pond. I've got a little wren. I don't know what it is, but he'll come as close to me to you and eat a biscuit with me
Yes,
There you
every
go.
morning.
There you go.
So that's pretty sweet. Got the squirrels coming up to me.
That's
oh
right.
yeah,
So,
That's right.
that's a lot to be said just for the having the wildlife to view.
Yes, it is.
I've been places where there wasn't any wildlife.
Oh, have
like
you?
yeah, like the Philippines or some areas. They ain't got enough to eat, so they eat them all. So
Oh.
yeah, my wife's a Filipino, so I've been over there a lot.
Wow.
Yes.
That is unreal. See, we've just got things here we take for granted.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir, we do.
Yes, sir.
We
And
do.
guys, if you want to improve your hunting, whether it be duck, deer, turkey, dove, whatever, you can call Mr. Jerry Davis. You can call Mr. Jordan Smith at Lake and Land. And I will let you, Jerry, give them your number to call if they want to call and talk to you about the Alabama Waterfowl Association.
Okay, it's 256-628-1110.
Okay, 256-628-1110. 1110.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But Jordan's a better person to talk to
Okay.
at Lake
but
and Land.
Here's the main man.
There you go.
Yeah, we will have the seed, and our store is open, Monday through Saturday, and half a day on Saturday. Somebody will be there at all hours, from 7 to 5 to answer your questions about the seed programs. Of course, we're a feed store; we carry everything, but our conservation seed program is very important to us, and we keep that seed available.
Now you got to mention the chemicals. I mean, you have
Almost
a great
12 months.
price on everything.
Right.
Yeah,
And
we do.
Hey, it's a one-stop shop, guys. If you planting, you come see Jordan. He'll fix you up with
And he's
everything
a
he needs.
wildlife biologist,
Yes,
right?
sir.
That's right.
He
I
can
went
give
to
you some advice.
I went to school to do it, yes, sir, and we're very fortunate to be where we are today. But again, our partners with AWA has really launched us. If you look at a conservation seed program across the United States, there's only 2 or 3 of these conservation seed programs that even exist. NWTF has one. And it sells out within a week or so, and it's only 1 or 2 states.
Oh, do you only get so many bags?
That's right. Yes, sir. It's a limited program.
It's a limited program.
Then I need to get mine for the
That's
winter.
right. You better place that order, Paul.
You better put it back.
I'll hold it for you.
Okay.
I'll hold it for you.
All right. So see how easy it is to get your product,
That's
guys?
right.
All
That's
you got to
right.
do is call Jordan.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yes, sir.
It's a
And
great
we'll
partner.
direct you. Now, I will say, when the seed arrives, I mean, it does not last long. So if you have interest in the program, if you have acres to plant, you need to be in touch with us and say, hey, in X month, I need 2 bags, 3 bags, 4 bags.
Right.
And go ahead and pay for some of those, because we got a truckload of corn in last year, which was 840 bags. And I think within 4 days, we had sold every bag of 840
I
bags.
did get a dose of the corn.
That's right.
And
That's right.
it's about this tall right
Yeah.
now.
Yes,
Awesome.
sir.
And
Yes,
so
sir.
it's
That's
doing
good.
great.
Yeah,
It is.
if you can find a dry spot to plant it, it does great.
We found a dry spot right before the rain.
Yes,
Good
sir.
deal.
So
So
you can find us at Lake and Land. We have the seed program, and you can Google us. We're all over the web, and we ain't hard to find.
That's right. Give them your phone number.
Yeah, it'd be 256-599-5567 is one of the best ways to reach us. Again, we're open from 7 to 5. Stop in there. We got all kinds of different things. But again, we are more than happy to.
Unless you're taking Jamie turkey hunting
Well,
and
now-
you get a turkey close, and then
We-
he was an hour late.
We did have a bird gobbling on us the other day that got us hung up. So I was late for a Saturday morning opening. I will admit that. We was
I had
about an
to
hour
rub that in.
But Jordan also, he hosted the Mallard program this year, and we had a bunch of kids over there banding ducks.
What is the Mallard program?
Yeah, Jared, tell them about the program.
Tell them about the Mallard
Well,
program.
usually in February, people start placing their order for mallards, and we get them in 4 weeks old, and we have a band, and people can come and get their ducks. They're $10 a piece. If you buy, 200. If you buy less, they go up exponentially because of the cost of getting them here.
That's correct.
But we try to keep it. As low a cost as possible,
Right.
so that make it economically. And hey, we don't make much money off the mallards, but what we do is put a duck out there, and people, or some kid that kills that bandy duck, he is a duck hunter for life
Right.
now.
Now, explain to them what a banded duck is, because that's like killing a 12-point buck.
Oh,
ain't
Oh
it?
is a
yeah,
trophy.
it's a
It's a trophy.
trophy.
Okay.
And even the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has, for every band report they get, to get 100%, they have to put a $300 reward on it. So a lot of people don't report their bands, but please report them, because that's how we track the ducks that fly down, that go up, back up. Some of these ducks go back up to north and orientate, and they come back down the flyway and bring friends to the Tennessee River Valley.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And it's a good way to keep the migration pattern going. And we think we know that if you increase the duck population, people would respond, hunters and wildlife watchers, and they'll create habitat to have those ducks.
Right.
So that helps the overall habitat program anyway.
Right.
And increasing fishing gets more fishermen.
Right. Exactly.
And increasing waterfowl gets more people out hunting and watching.
That's exactly right. And if you ain't been sitting out there in the early watching the woods wake up, guys, y'all are missing something. Or
And-
watching
and
that
Paul,
sun come up.
On our banding day there at the office now, it's not just for hunters. Now we have piles of kids that show up. Their parents have no interest in hunting, but they want their kids to be acclimated to the outdoors. And we've had I don't.
When is that?
Well, we just had it. What, 2 weekends?
2
ago?
weeks ago. It was June the 7th.
Next year?
June the 7th.
You're
Yes,
going to
sir.
be right here.
Yes, sir. Oh,
Okay.
It was tremendous.
Exactly.
We had
Yes,
20
sir.
or 30 kids out
What
there.
do they get to do?
They get to catch
band.
the ducks.
Actually,
Oh,
catch
they
them.
catch them.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
we
sir.
let the kids band them. We show them how to band them.
Uh-huh.
And you just would be surprised what an impact that makes in their life.
No, it would tickle me to see them kids'
Oh,
face.
they give it to them now. The best part is when they're moving it from the catch pen to the truck and they drop one. The race is on.
Then the chase is on. Man.
I bet it
There's
is.
kids going everywhere chasing that duck.
I bet it's a lot
a
of fun.
fun
It's
program.
rewarding, sounds
It-
like.
it
It
is,
is.
and-
Everybody's involved. The kids love it.
Right.
There's food. There's drinks.
And getting people outdoors and away from that telephone.
That's
you know?
right.
Yeah, exactly.
We have parents that have no interest in hunting at all.
Exactly.
Bring their lawn chairs, flop them out there, and they let their kids get in there and catch ducks. And it's and they tell us every year, hey, be sure to let us know next year. We can't wait to come back.
You better let me
So,
know.
Last year, I think we had 150-ish
Yeah.
people at one time.
Exactly.
So we had a
Really?
huge turnout.
Down there at Lake and Land?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Really?
We parked it. We had police escorts there getting
and-
people in and out. It
Did
was so
you?
busy.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
That's
sir.
what
Channel
I'm talking
31,
about.
they done a story on it. And
Yeah.
we had
Well,
several.
I
news
guarantee
meetings.
we're going to do a story on it
Yeah,
because
we
that
need
right
to.
there, I'm going to show up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That would tickle
We're
me.
gonna
death.
hold you to it now.
Okay, I'll be there. I promise. I promise. Is there anything else, Jerry?
No, you've let me ran enough, I think, Paul. But
You've
I've
done great.
sure enjoyed being here with you, and sure enjoy GTO.
Well,
it's
thank
it's
you.
a great place. You get out there and buy some stuff. They got anything you want here at GTO.
We try. And then Lake and Land's number one man, Jordan Smith, he's over there ready to take care of all of y'all. Whether you buy something or not, you can talk and get good advice.
Hey,
right, Jordan?
We hand out tons of advice. You know, we've done lots and lots of wildlife consulting over the years, and people call us all the time with general questions. Don't mind one bit to fire you off some answers.
Well, let me tell you, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have 40 acres of land. But I do have 1 acre, and I want it planted right, so I want you to put me back what I need for that
Yes,
1
sir.
acre.
Hey, now, we've planted a few items over there. How's that clover doing there, Mr.
Clover's
Paul?
doing good.
There we
Clover's
go.
up about that tall right now. Found
Beautiful.
a 4-leaf clover in it. the other day.
Nice, nice.
I left it there for it so it'd be good luck.
There you go.
And so I just checked on it Sunday.
Nice,
To tell you.
good.
It sure was.
You don't have to have 50 acres or 500 acres. We cater to people with quarter acres. You know,
Exactly.
It's not about the amount of land you have. So hey, we're thrilled to work with all of our customers.
Right, exactly. So, guys, to get the best of the best, AWA, Alabama Waterfowl Association, Lake and Land, just between Waterfront and Goose Pond on the right on Highway 79.
Yes, sir.
So it's easy to find right before the North Saudi Bridge. And give your number one more
Yeah,
time.
it's just 256-599-5567.
And please give your number one time.
256-628-1110.
Okay.
And here's our logo. As you can see, the state of Alabama with a duck in it. It says hunting, education, conservation. That's our 3 mottos.
That sounds right. That's 3 perfect mottos right there. And with that being said, I want to thank Mr. Jerry Davis and Mr. Jordan Smith.
Thank you, Paul, as always.
Thank y'all so much.
Yes, sir.
Y'all get out there and watch the birds. Get ready for duck season. Get ready for deer season. Turkey season's about a year away. And keep your lines in the water, guys, because the bass are killing a frog on top water right now. So get out there and catch them. Catch your big one. So y'all have a great day. We love you here at GTO and hope you come see us. Thanks a lot.